I've been a financial advisor now for over 20 years, and while Bitcoin still seems new to me, the reality is Bitcoin's been around since about 2009, so almost as long as I've been a financial advisor. And I can always tell when Bitcoin's moving up, when Bitcoin's doing well, because my Uber driver starts asking me about Bitcoin, the person that helps me repair my mountain bike, the person that tunes my skis start asking me about Bitcoin. I'm at the grocery store and my friends are stopping me and asking what I think about Bitcoin. So in today's video, I want to answer a question, right? My specialty is really helping people plan for retirement. And so what role, if any, does Bitcoin play in retirement planning? So I'm in this beautiful location. My wife and I are doing a weekend away, so I'm staying at this nice apartment complex. So let's go for a walk here. I'll give you a quick tour. This is the penthouse, the sky lounge, if you will. This is the community part. So let's go for a walk. I'll give you a nice little quick tour as we talk. But so what's my thoughts on Bitcoin? Here's what I think. For something to be an investment, you have to be able to answer this question. Is what are you going to do if you invest in Bitcoin and Bitcoin drops 20, 30, 40%? What information are you going to use to decide, did I make a mistake? Should I not be in Bitcoin? Should I sell my position? Again, what information are you going to use to help you make the right decision here? Because that's what the goal is. It's not unusual that an investment moves against you. But if it does move against you, what information are you going to use to say, now the price is lower. So if I liked it at this price and now it's down here, do I like it more? Should I buy more? Or should I say that I made a mistake and I'm going to sell? Or, you're going to do nothing. With most investments, if you look at companies, even if you look at an index like a biotech index, so it's got companies in it that are in the biotech industry, there's information that you can use and say, what's going on in biotech? What's happening legislatively? What's the environment for it? As I record this, Ozempic is becoming a big deal. These weight loss drugs are becoming a big deal. Maybe those are tailwinds for the biotech industry. Or, maybe there's regulations, increasing regulation in certain things. So either with the individual companies or even with an exchange traded fund. So my question to you is, if you're thinking about investing in Bitcoin, how are you going to decide if Bitcoin drops by 50%, which has happened a couple times in the 15 years it's been around and the 20 years I've been a financial advisor? I have seen investments drop by 50%, 60%, 70%. And you know what? Sometimes those are amazing buying opportunities. And sometimes those are a trap. And you're just going to end up throwing good money after bad money if you put more money in. So one of the challenges with Bitcoin is, what information are you going to use? Let me give you a couple examples. You could say that, the value of Bitcoin is the network that validates Bitcoin. And the more people that are on that network and validating, the more valuable it becomes. So what information are you going to use? Well, are there more validators? Are there more people in the ecosystem? Let me give you some more examples. But first, let's go outside and check out this beautiful view from the Sky Lounge area here. Let's keep going as I give you this view. So what other information could you use on Bitcoin? I think another thing that would be fair to say is, I'm going to see how much Bitcoin is actually used in commerce. Is it really replacing money? Is it a lower cost alternative to people than using a credit card? For instance, if you're working with people that work overseas and you're trying to pay them with a credit card, services like PayPal charge like 10% for that. Could Bitcoin be a solution for that and offer a way to transfer value to folks overseas that might be working for your organization? Maybe they're doing research, something like that. And could that lower the cost to 1%? And if you start seeing that, you could say, hey, Azul, that's what I'm using. People are now buying pizza, and people are paying for their Uber, and people are paying their contractors in Eastern Europe and South America and in Central America and in Southeast Asia. People are paying their contractors with Bitcoin. So it's becoming a global currency, which I would argue probably makes Bitcoin more valuable. If the only information you're using is, did the price of Bitcoin go up or down? I really should be recording, instead of here, I should be recording this video in Las Vegas, because if the price movement is what you're using to determine if you're going to buy more or sell more, that's speculation. And that may end up working out well for some people, but probably for the majority of people when you're doing speculation and there is no fundamental way to value something, that's not going to turn out well for the majority of people. That becomes a trade. That becomes speculation. And if you have the skill set to do trades, I will say that even the world's best traders usually end up broke. They have periods of their life where they're very, very rich, and then they have periods of their life where they end up broke. So be really careful with that. And so, you know, what is an investment and what is a speculation and what is a trade? I think it's really important, if you're managing your own investments, that you understand and you classify things. This is a trade. I think this investment's going to go up in a short period of time. Those types of things are really hard to call because time's not your friend, and investments can stay irrational a lot longer than you can stay liquid and you can continue to fund an investment. So I've heard people say, you know, this company's undervalued, or, you know, this company got hit because something bad happened and I think the market overcorrected. Well, maybe, but what information are you really using to decide that? It's intoxicating. Because if you're right, it's like, see, I told you, and it's up 30, 40, 50%. It just feels so good when you're right. But you know, were you right or were you lucky? And the challenge is if you're lucky. Sometimes people increase the amount that they invest as they go, and they say, look how good I am at this, right? Even professional traders. You know, I hate to say this, but it's true. You know, the suicide rate for professional traders is pretty high, because they make big bets, and oftentimes their bets are, you know, they're going to pick up pennies off of the railroad track in front of the train, and it's going to work, and it's going to work, and it's going to work until it doesn't, because you know what? Every now and then that train comes around the corner unexpected. So is Bitcoin pennies on the train track, and you have to be worried about the train coming and bad consequences happen? I don't know. But I do know if you cannot answer the question, what information are you going to use to decide whether you're going to buy more, you're going to sell, or you're going to leave things alone if the price moves against you, or even if the price goes in your favor. If you can't answer that question, it's probably a trade. It's probably not an investment. Buyer beware. And if you're going to put that in your portfolio, just be careful how much of your portfolio that you expose to that, because you've worked hard for your money. I want that money to work hard for you, and I want it to provide freedom for you. And on that note, this video here talks about 7 things that I want you to stop doing in your 50s and 60s to enjoy your journey more on the way to retirement. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in this one. Bye-bye.